Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Warrior Park for today's WHAC tournament softball contest between the visiting Lourdes Gray Wolves and your Indiana Tech Warriors. Indiana Tech, the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, and the NAI are committed to maintaining the true spirit of competition through the 5 core values of the NAI: respect, responsibility, integrity, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. Please do your part by showing respect to every spectator, student, athlete, coach, and official in today's contest. Thank you. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Gray Wolves. At center field, number 2, Jessica Smith. At shortstop, number 17, Lindsay McGann. At first base, number 31, Taylor Leggins. At DP, number 24, Leah Hickman. At left field, number 12, Skylar Mitchell. At third base, number 10, Olivia Rump. At right field, number 4, Ava Auler. At catcher, number 6, Manny Dara. At second base, number 8, Robin Ryan. And on the mound for the Gray Wolves, number 5, Mary Bradley. The special tennis spot player assisted by Kenny Summers and Rob Watts. And now the starting line for your Indiana Tech Warriors. A freshman from at right field from Jenison, Michigan, number 17, Morgan Mason. A freshman at center field from New Haven, Indiana, number 15, Alyssa Harvey. A senior at first base from Worcester, Ohio, number 22, Haley Pruitt. A junior at third base from Lowell, Indiana, number 14, Carly Walter. A senior at catcher from West Lafayette, Indiana, number 18, Kirsten Delaney. A freshman at shortstop from South Bend, Indiana, number 28, Avery Kidwell. Junior at DP from Santa Clarita, California, number 34, Melissa Cabrera. A grad student at left field from Pontiac, Illinois, number 13, Alyssa Fox. Senior at second base from Elizabeth, Colorado, number 4, Kaylee Kugler. And on the mound for your Warriors, a senior from Arroyo Grande, California, number 8, Savannah Bravo. Indiana Tech is coached by Stephanie Zimmerman, assisted by Cindy Giovanna and Ellie Forster. Now we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the play.
As an adult going back to school, there's a lot to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week. Finding time to get a degree was challenging. The flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech made it possible. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
Getting a degree is about timing and what's important to you. For me, it was after I was married with 2 kids. It was a busy time, but the flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech worked for my life. Indiana Tech was everything I needed it to be, right when I needed it.
Just off of East Tillman Road here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We welcome you in for the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament. Indiana Tech, the number 2 seed in the conference tournament, hosting this pod, with Madonna hosting the other pod. Number 7, Lourdes, taking on Indiana Tech to start our first game here today. We are getting underway just before 10 o'clock. Some potential weather in the Fort Wayne area today, moving games up to 10, 12, and 2 on this Friday morning into your Friday afternoon. Jaron Matheny with SummitCitySports.com. So glad that you are with us. Introducing the starters for Lourdes. Center fielder Jessica Smith, followed by Lindsay McGann at shortstop. Taylor Legans, the first baseman. Liv Hickman is your designated player, batting 4th. Skylar Mitchell in the 5 spot. Olivia Rumpf hitting 6th. Ava Aller in the 7th spot playing right field. Maddie Dara is the catcher batting 8th, and then Robin Ryan in the 9th spot and playing second base. Defensively for Indiana Tech, Alyssa Fox in left with Alyssa Harvey in center, Morgan Masick in right field. From third to first, it's Walter, Kidwell, Kugler, and Pruitt. Kirsten Delaney is behind the plate, catching one of the best strikeout artists in all of NAIA softball this year. Savannah Bravo with a 19-3 overall record with a 1.54 earned run average, 156 strikeouts over 127 innings pitched this year for Bravo. As the right-hander gets ready, and we get ready with our first pitch of the conference tournament in the pod here at Indiana Tech. The first pitch is outside ball 1. 9:58 is our start time with game 1 of 3 coming your way today. We'll have the second game between Lawrence Tech and Michigan Dearborn, and then the loser of game 1. This game will play the loser of that Lawrence Tech and Michigan Dearborn game. They'll play in our third game of the day as the count evens up to 1-1 between Jessica Smith and Savannah Bravo. Smith, leadoff hitter, .290 batting average with a .430 on base percentage this season. She takes away, and it's now 2-1 on Jessica Smith. Lourdes 12-17 overall during the regular season, 9-11 in conference play for the Gray Wolves, while Indiana Tech hit the 30-win plateau again this year. 30-14, 14-6 conference record, just a game in front of Lawrence Tech, which is why they are hosting this pod. As Savannah Bravo picks up her first strikeout of the game, Smith goes down swinging, and there is one away in the top of the first.
Number 17,
Lindsey McGann batting with nobody aboard and one down. McGann, .287 batting average this year for Lourdes. 15 runs driven in, 1 home run on the year for McGann. Bravo blows the 0-1 past her. It's now 0-2 on McGann. Lourdes as a team hit .267 during the regular season, .348 on base percentage. As Bravo tried to catch the outside corner, good frame from Delaney, but it is just off the plate. 1-2. Indiana Tech team pitching staff, 2.79 ERA this year with a 1.24 whip. Bravo carried a bulk of the innings, 127 total. It's her 22nd start of the year as this is fouled back. Count remains at 2-2 to McGann. Two teams split their regular season meetings at Lourdes. In on the hands, popped up, and it is Delaney behind home plate who squeezes the glove on out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, top of the first. Taylor Legans, the first baseman, steps in. Legans leading the team in power this year. 5 home runs for Legans this season to go along with 26 RBIs. The first pitch swung through, and it is 0-1 on Legans. Savannah Bravo all year long has been gearing up for a postseason run for Indiana Tech, and she is on the money here to begin things in the first. No balls and 2 strikes on the Legans. Nobody aboard for Lourdes in the top of the first. Bravo's 0-2 just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Head coach Stephanie Zimney for Indiana Tech in her 10th season at the helm for the Warriors. Won the regular season title a couple of years ago, trying to get back into the national tournament as this missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Madonna winning the regular season crown in the conference. 19-1 overall record. This ball is served into right field. Morgan Masick moving towards the line is able to make the catch and close the book on the top half of the first inning. Lourdes goes down in order. Indiana Tech with the top of the batting order coming up when we return from this 30-second break. SummitCitySports.com. Glad that you are with us on this Friday morning.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
SummitCitySports.com, live on the Indiana Tech Athletics YouTube channel. Bottom of the first inning, it's time to meet the batting order for Indiana Tech. Morgan Masick in the leadoff spot playing right field, followed by Alyssa Harvey and Haley Pruitt. Carly Walter batting fourth, Kirsten Delaney fifth, and then Avery Kidwell sixth. Mel Cabrera is your designated player in the seventh spot. Alyssa Fox batting eighth, and then Kaylee Kugler rounds out the order for Indiana Tech offensively. Defensively for Lourdes, Mitchell, Smith, and Aller line the outfield from left to right. Rompf at third, McGann at short, Ryan at second with Lagans at first. Dara is the catcher for the right-hander, Mallory Bradley. 5-9 record this year for Bradley with a 4.14 ERA. She is making her 15th start of the season. 71 innings pitched, 20 walks, 43 strikeouts on the year for Bradley. She turns and delivers. The first pitch to Morgan Masick is low and outside for ball one. Masick in the leadoff spot for Indiana Tech has been a big threat this year. 475 batting average for Masick. On base percentage of .522. Leads the Warriors in both of those categories in her freshman season. She was named the Conference Newcomer of the Year. Conference awards coming out earlier this week. Ashley Rosevich, the shortstop at Madonna, was named the Conference Player of the Year. Camille Oyer, the Pitcher of the Year from Madonna. That's the 7th consecutive season that a Madonna pitcher has won the Pitcher of the Year award in the conference. As Masick sends this one up and out of play. Count evens up to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rob Pizzoni was the Coach of the Year at Madonna. A couple of first-team members for Indiana Tech. Masick, Bravo, and Carly Walter were all on the first team. It's a 2-1 count. Not sure what caused the confusion here. Must have been an illegal pitch thrown. So it's a 3-1 count on Morgan Masick instead of 2-2. Coach Zimney making sure they have that correct. And the walk issued to Masick. And the leadoff runner is aboard for Indiana Tech in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting number 15, Alyssa Harvey.
Brings Alyssa Harvey to the plate. .328 batting average on the season for the freshman. A couple of freshmen at the top of the order have set the table for Indiana Tech on more than one occasion this year. Harvey was in that leadoff spot while Masick was out of the lineup. It's going to have been a really good 1-2 punch at the top of the order. This is foul. Hit the bat twice of Harvey. Good call by our home plate umpire. And it'll be ruled an out. Coach Zimney hoping that the home plate umpire will ask for some help here. This one went off the bat of Harvey twice, did not hit her, and she was still in the box, at least from this angle. We'll see what the umpires think about this one. It is a foul ball, and the count 0-2 on Alyssa Harvey. So good work. We got 3 umpires here today. And they get together and get the call right. Masick aboard at first. Bradley ahead 0-2. Down in the turf, snap throw back to first base, and Masick is back to the bag safely. One ball and 2 strikes. Alyssa Harvey standing in bottom of the first inning. First game of the conference tournament here in this Indiana Tech pod. And this misses low and outside to Harvey. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Masick is a threat to steal. 8 for 10 stolen bases this year. Harvey skies one up on the infield. It is the pitcher Bradley calling for it, and she'll get underneath it to make the first out of the first inning. One away in the bottom of the first, and the 3 spot in the order, Haley Pruitt digs in.
Now batting number 22, Haley Pruitt.
Pruitt, a member of the all-defensive team in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference this year. 308 batting average, 19 runs driven in this year. And she's underneath this one over at second base. It's Ryan underneath it. And 1 pitch to record out number 2. Back-to-back pop-outs for Indiana Tech offensively. And it's now Carly Walter coming to bat with 2 down and a runner aboard at first. Walter leads Indiana Tech. Home runs, runs driven in, and walks this season. First pitch misses to the junior. 450 batting average, 521 on base percentage, 8 home runs, 48 runs driven in this season for Carly Walter. She has been spectacular at the plate all year long for Indiana Tech. Bradley with a 1-0. And missed high and away to Walter. Masick aboard at first. 2 balls and no strikes on the cleanup hitter for Indiana Tech. Catcher Kirsten Delaney would hit next. Outside corner not open for business at the moment. That one may have been a little bit high off the outside corner as well. 3-0 count on Carly Walter. Taking all the way, and she takes a called strike to make it 3-1. Masick with a leadoff walk. Indiana Tech threatening here in the first. Walter out in front. Snap throw back to first. They're going to tag Masick out. Didn't realize what the count was there, and Indiana Tech runs out of the first inning. We're scoreless as we head to the top of the second. No runs, no hits on either side in the first. Lourdes coming to bat, 4th spot in the order. Liv Hickman, the designated player, leads things off when we return to Fort Wayne.
As an adult going back to school, there's a lot to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week. Finding time to get a degree was challenging. The flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech made it possible. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
Olivia Hickman will lead things off for Lourdes in the top of the second. 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order due up for Lourdes. No runs on the board, no hits on the board after that first inning of play. Hickman, the designated player, 8 runs driven in with a .257 batting average this season. She takes outside count, evening up to 1 ball and 1 strike. Hickman, Mitchell, Rump, 4, 5, and 6 for Lourdes here in the second. Savannah Bravo runs it just a hair too far inside. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Hickman. Bravo with a strikeout, pop out and a fly out to put the Gray Wolves down in order in the first. This one off the bat, lifted foul down the first base side and out of play. Count moves to 2-2. That split doubleheader at Lourdes during the regular season. Indiana Tech winning game 1 6-1 before falling in game 2 6-4. This is on the ground over to first. Pruitt gloves it, and she will step on the bag for the first out of the second.
Batting number 12, Skylar Mitchell.
3 unassisted brings up the left fielder Skylar Mitchell, who will hit from the left side. And she stands about as close as you can in that batter's box. Swinging away at the first pitch and fouls it straight back 0-1. Mitchell, .286 batting average this year. .333 on base percentage. Home run and 10 RBIs. Lourdes only playing 29 games during the regular season compared to 44 for Indiana Tech. Mitchell waves and misses at the 1-1 offering. Count now 1-2 on Skylar Mitchell. Nobody has reached base for the Gray Wolves here through the first 4 batters offensively against Savannah Bravo, and that'll continue to at least the 6th batter in the order. Bravo gets Mitchell to go down looking on strikes, and it's 2 quick outs in the top of the second.
Now batting number 10, Olivia Rumpf.
Now the third baseman, Olivia Rumpf, with 2 down and nobody aboard. Rumpf has put together a nice season at the plate for Lourdes, hitting at .290 on the year. Lourdes as a team, 7 home runs this season over the course of those 29 games. This is looped foul down the left field line. 1 ball and 1 strike on Olivia Rumpf. 29 games overall, but you go just a game under 500 during the conference season, and that puts Lourdes into the discussion to win the conference tournament. You just got to get here. You never know what's going to happen once you are here. Just try to get things going in the right direction from the start. It's a 1-2 count on Olivia Rumpf with 2 away in the top of the second. Right fielder Ava Aller would hit next if the line continues. 1-2 from Bravo, and this one fouled straight back. Rumpf stays alive at 1-2. Bravo with a pair of strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Up to 158 strikeouts on the season, and this one is turned and sent foul towards the Lourdes dugout. Remains 1-2. Head coach Candace Fenton Bachbrader is down the first base line. 2nd season at the helm for Lourdes. Stick the bat head out. Rumpf made contact with it and foul down the right field line. Another chance for Rumpf. Bravo bounces one in, seeing if Rumpf may chase in that situation after she was aggressive in the early stages of this at-bat. Lourdes at 9-11, a game in front of Aquinas, as well as Defiance for that 7th spot. Bravo goes back down into the dirt, 3-2 on Olivia Rumpf. Lourdes and Indiana Tech, 3rd meeting this year. Rumpf turns and shoots one foul towards the third base side and out of play. Keep you updated with the other scores going on in the conference as well as we get them throughout the day today. Bravo just missing off the edge, and it is a walk issued to Olivia Rumpf. Runner aboard at first and 2 down. And Ava Aller, the right fielder. Aller, 13 runs driven in on the season with a .289 batting average. First pitch is at the knees on the corner for a called strike to make it 0-1. Wind is blowing out towards center field currently. We are up near 70 degrees already in Fort Wayne on what is supposed to be a beautiful day up until the rain starts to come. It's just what we have seen really all spring here in the 260. We have not gotten away from the rain and weather. 1-1. This is pounded foul towards the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Aller. .70 degrees, feels like 62. Wind is out of the north at 13 miles per hour. So you can get some help if you hit one in the air towards center. Not a ton today. Bravo too far off the outside corner. It's now 2-2 with Rumpf aboard at first. 2 down, still no hits for either team in the early going. Got underneath it, fouled it away, and out of play on the third base side again. Lourdes trying to spark something here in the top of the second. 2-2 on the ground, left side and through into left field. Fox will come up with it. First hit of the game belongs to Lourdes, and Ava Aller puts runners aboard at first and second with 2 down for the Gray Wolves. And now the catcher, Maddie Dara, will try and keep the line moving. And we'll see with Rumpf at second base. Wasn't a major stolen base threat this year. Doesn't mean she can't run, though, on a ball that gets through the hole. First pitch from Bravo, catches the outside corner, gets a called strike, and it is 0-1 on Dara. Second baseman Robin Ryan in the on-deck circle. Just a hair too far outside from Bravo this time, as they are really trying to paint the outside edge here today. Coach Zimney calling for time. Going to go talk with her starting pitcher, Savannah Bravo. First and second, 2 down, top of the second. Reminder, our second game today will be between the number 3 seed in Lawrence Tech and the number 6 seed Michigan Dearborn. And then later today, the loser of this first game will play the loser of our second game, as long as weather permits. I could potentially see if the rain starts to move in too quickly here today that maybe that third game gets moved to tomorrow. I don't know if that's the case, but trying to work around the weather this weekend. That's why we started this game at 10 o'clock this morning instead of noon. 1-1 count on Dara. 2 aboard and 2 down. And fouled straight back off the netting by Dara. It's now 1-2. A single and a walk, both coming with 2 down for Lourdes. They try to strike first in this conference tournament game. Will not. Bravo comes to the inside part of the plate, gets the swing and miss from Dara, and Indiana Tech is through the top half of the second inning defensively. Grey Wolves leave 2 runners aboard to pick up the first hit of the game, but we are still scoreless here between Lourdes and Indiana Tech. After 1.5, 4 spot in the order, Carly Walter will be back at the plate when we return to Fort Wayne.
Getting a degree is about timing and what's important to you. For me, it was after I was married with 2 kids. It was a busy time, but the flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech worked for my life. Indiana Tech was everything I needed it to be, right when I needed it.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
I got my bachelor's degree at Indiana Tech. It was an easy choice when choosing where to get my master's degree too. The flexibility of online classes allowed me to go back to school while still building my career, and the professors were always there to make sure I was successful.
Bottom of the second, 4, 5, and 6 in the order due up for Indiana Tech, starting with Carly Walter. Walter was at the plate in the bottom of the first, and Masick was thrown out over at first base. So I'll get a second chance to look at Bradley today. Keep your eyes on the outfielders for Lourdes and how much they move defensively pitch by pitch. They are shifted drastically towards right field at the moment for the right-handed hitting Walter. Out in front of the off-speed pitch was Walter, and the count goes to 1-2. I mean, left fielder Mitchell is playing in left center. Center fielder's in right center, and Aller is all the way towards the line in right field. They are drastically shifted towards right. For a right-handed hitting batter, you figure you'd be shifted more towards left field. Apparently the numbers say otherwise for Walter. Bradley's 2-2 was just a bit off the outside edge. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Carly Walter. Walter turns and just foul down that left field line, and that is where you want to take the ball if you are Carly Walter. It's going to be an easy 2 bases if you can shoot this one towards the corner because of where Lourdes is shifted defensively to start the second. Bradley with a 4.14 ERA this year. 3-2 into the hands. Walter sprays one towards shallow right field. Nice run by Ryan, and she's able to get underneath it for the first out of the second. Catcher Kirsten Delaney stands in with one away. First pitch strike to Delaney, 0-1. Delaney, then Avery Kidwell for Indiana Tech here in the second. Delaney, 288 batting average, 2 home runs. She leads the team in the category that a lot of people wouldn't like to lead the team in. That's hit by pitches. She's been hit 13 different times during the regular season. become that everyday starter behind the dish for Indiana Tech. This is off the end of the bat, fouled towards the Lourdes dugout, and quite the effort there from Romph over at third base as it got up on top of the dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Kirsten Delaney. Michigan Dearborn is here, standing out in right field currently as they gear up for their game, which will start 30 minutes after this one concludes. Delaney in the air to center. Coming in is Smith, and she will make the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the second. And now the shortstop, Avery Kidwell, with nobody aboard and 2 away.
Now batting number 28, Avery Kidwell.
Kidwell also moved into that everyday starter role at shortstop. We saw Michaela Sitanovich kind of held down that spot in the early portion of this season. Kidwell, as of late, has been the go-to at short. 1-0, little dribbler towards the left side of the infield. Romph comes up with it, throws to first. Legans has to leave her feet to get it, but she does come back down on the bag at first. And Indiana Tech is down in order in the bottom of the second. 2 innings complete. No runs on the board for either side. And Lourdes coming to bat when we return to Fort Wayne, SummitCitySports.com.
As an adult going back to school, there's a lot to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week. Finding time to get a degree was challenging. The flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech made it possible. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
Bottom of the order leads things off for Lourdes. 9-1-2 as Robin Ryan stands in to start the top of the third for the Gray Wolves. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. 1 hit, 2 runners left on base for Lourdes in the second. A walk and a single with 2 outs in the inning, but couldn't produce a run as Bravo quickly jumps ahead, 0-2 on Robin Ryan. Ryan has played in the most games this year for Lourdes. It's been a great defensive shortstop, but the bat hasn't gotten going this year as Bravo picks up her 4th strikeout, first time through the order. There is 1 away in the top of the third. Top of the order, Jessica Smith. She went down swinging on strikes in the first to lead off this game. Turns and floats one back up the middle into center field. First pitch swinging here for Smith, and she delivers herself a single and a 1-out hit for Lourdes, their second base hit of the day. And now Smith aboard at first. She is a threat to steal, 4 for 6 stolen bases this year. Lindsey McGann comes to bat, a long first at-bat for McGann. She fouled away a couple of different pitches to stay alive. Ended up popping out to the catcher. It is an 0-1 count on the shortstop. As Bravo misses too far outside with the 0-1 offering. Count evens up to 1 ball and 1 strike. One of those games right now that feels like 1 or 2 runs may be the biggest difference, and that's why you go to a bunt in this situation. Back to the pitcher, Bravo. Nice coverage over at first by Kugler. The second baseman slides over to make the play. Sack bunt. Moves Smith up to second, but there are 2 down in the inning. 3 spot in the order. Taylor Leggins flew out to right field back in the first. RBI chance, though, for Leggins here in the third. She watches one catch the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 to Leggins. Again, trying to set up shop on that outside corner. Catch the corner here. If we go a half-inch further outside, can we get you to make that call as well? Just trying to test the eyes of the batter after taking a called strike, as this one's popped up and out of play. Now 1-2 on Leggins. 4 strikeouts already for Savannah Bravo. 2 down, top of the third. Lourdes looking for the first run of the game. Smith aboard at second. Bravo with a 1-2 offering, swung on and missed by Leggins. And the 5th strikeout of the game for Savannah Bravo puts a bow on the top of the third. 5 Ks through 3 innings for Bravo, and we are still scoreless here at Indiana Tech.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
No runs for either side through the first 2.5 innings here today at Indiana Tech. 2 hits for Lourdes, while the Warriors are still yet to record their first hit of the game. 3 total runners left on base for Lourdes through the first 3 innings. 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order for Indiana Tech. Designated player Mel Cabrera will lead things off. Cabrera, Fox, and then Kugler to start
Number 34, Melissa Cabrera.
the bottom of the third for Indiana Tech. And other games going on today in the conference. Madonna taking on Aquinas. Cornerstone faces Northwestern Ohio in that Madonna pod. The loser of this first game will play the loser of our second game today between Lawrence Tech and Michigan Dearborn. Cabrera takes, and a called strike evens things up at 1-1 to Mel Cabrera. 1 home run on the year, 247 batting average. One downstairs on the turf. 2 balls and 1 strike to Cabrera. She's been a patient hitter as well for Indiana Tech. 10 walks, 4 strikeouts on the year for Cabrera. She lifts this ball into right field. Throw coming to first, but Cabrera will beat it out, and it is the first hit of the game for Indiana Tech. A single for Mel Cabrera, and a runner aboard at first with nobody down. May see a pinch runner for the Warriors. And it brings up Alyssa Fox. We will see a pinch runner for Indiana Tech. Carly Basham running at first. So Basham will come in to run at first base for Cabrera. Left fielder Alyssa Fox stands in with nobody out, bottom of the third. First hit for Indiana Tech coming with that single from Cabrera. Bunt laid down on the third baseline. Good work. Sacrifice bunt from Alyssa Fox will move Basham to second. Lourdes able to record the out. One down in the bottom of the third. Now Kaylee Kugler in the 9 spot. Kugler's had a really good year from the 9 hole for Indiana Tech. 12 runs driven in. Bradley, first pitch, just missing away to Kugler, ball 1. Looks like our huddle camera has caught back up with us here. We do apologize. Sometimes the delay is a little bit longer on the video side of things for some reason with our camera up above. 1-0 up in the zone, 2 balls and no strike. Should be better now, though, hopefully. Basham at second. Bradley, Roxanne delivers. Called strike 2-1 to Kugler. Top of the order, Morgan Masick due up next. Off speed up in the zone from Bradley, and it's now 3-1 to Kaylee Kugler. As the planes fly overhead from Fort Wayne International Airport. (3-1). Called strike, and Kugler now in a full count. 1 away, Basham aboard at second. Is a chance you could send a runner in motion here on this 3-2 pitch. Nobody behind her, but if you want to get aggressive. Here's the payoff to Kugler. Skied on the infield, and it's the shortstop McGann calling for it. She'll make the catch. Out number 2 in the third. Two down, back to the top of the order for the Warriors. Morgan Masick with Basham aboard at second. First pitch swinging for Masick is up and out of play, 0-1. Walked in the first and then on a back pick was thrown out at first base. Bradley 0-1 offering, too far outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. .522 on base percentage coming into today. It's first on the team by just a point over Carly Walter. She wins the regular season batting average and OBP. In the air to left. Mitchell initially took a bad step, but she's able to regain her balance, get underneath it, and we head to the top of the fourth. No runs for either side through the first 3 innings in a pitcher's duel so far here in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament pod play in Fort Wayne.
The online class portion of this PhD was extremely enticing because I do work full-time, I teach on the side of that, and I have a family. I definitely feel like I made the right decision.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Top of the fourth, zeros on the scoreboard in the run column between Lourdes and Indiana Tech. So welcome you back here. Fort Wayne, Indiana, the first of 3 scheduled games today. 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order due up for the Gray Wolves as Hickman waves and misses at a first pitch offering. Falls behind 0-1. Hickman grounded out to first. Haley Pruitt over there right by the bag. Picked it up, stepped on it. That was the first down of the second inning. Savannah Bravo through 3 innings and 12 batters faced, 5 strikeouts, 2 hits. 3 runners have been left on by Lourdes. Just off the corner here, it's now 2-1 to Hickman. Hickman, Mitchell, Rompf. Scheduled hitters as Hickman will lead off the 4th inning with a base hit. First time that Lourdes has had the leadoff runner aboard today. And we will see a pinch runner coming in. So Lourdes going to the bench and making a change. Pinch runner Liv Husar is in to run for Hickman. And now Skylar Mitchell at the plate with Husar coming to bat. Lawrence Tech is here as well. They're taking some swings down in the cages currently, getting ready for their game against Michigan Dearborn. First pitch swinging, Mitchell up and out of play, 0-1. Mitchell went down looking on strikes back in the second. And she is quickly behind 0-2 as she fouls this one straight back. So Husar running at first base. See if she's on the move at all. No bunt from Mitchell during this at-bat, so you're not in that sacrifice situation anymore with 2 strikes. And again, swinging, fouling one away is Mitchell. Count remains 0-2. Bravo gets another strikeout as Mitchell goes down swinging for the second time today. 6th strikeout already for Savannah Bravo. 1 down in the top of the 4th. And Olivia Rompf, who drew a walk her last time and only time up today, digs in. High and tight with that first pitch, ball 1 to Rompf. Defensively, pretty normal positioning for Indiana Tech. Walter is just in front of the bag over at third. (1-0) in on the hands, floated out and fair down the left field line, station to station for Husar and Rompf, but the second hit of the inning for Lourdes, and there are 2 runners on with just 1 out, and Ava Aller coming to bat.
Number 4, Eva Aller.
Aller singled in the second. 1 for 1 today against Bravo. First pitch swinging, foul territory. Walter into the coach's box will make the catch. And there are 2 down now in the 4th. Maddie Dara had 2 runners on and 2 outs the last time she was up. Will bat again here in the second, 0 for 1 today. First pitch swinging, she's a tick behind on that fastball, 0-1. Second game today, Dearborn taking on Lawrence Tech. It'll be 30 minutes after this one concludes. Bravo just missing outside 1-1. Dara up, out of play, and it's now 1-2. 6 runs driven in this season for Dara, .216 batting average. First and second, 2 down. The 1-2 from Bravo is lifted in the air to center field. 2 outs. Lourdes Hussar on second didn't realize there were 2 down. She went back towards the bag. It won't matter as Harvey makes the catch. And we are through 3.5. Still no runs on the scoreboard for either team here in 4.
For athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for Indiana Tech as Alyssa Harvey leads things off. It's Harvey, Pruitt, and Walter coming to bat in the 4th. Madonna and Aquinas getting underway at the top of the hour. 11 o'clock start time there. As Harvey takes the first pitch downstairs for ball 1. Topped out to the pitcher, Bradley. 0 for 1 today. Got 1 hit on the board for Indiana Tech, 1 walk. Just 2 total base runners in the game today against Bradley. 2 balls and no strikes, though, on Alyssa Harvey. And if there is a leadoff batter that can quickly turn a walk into 2 bases or a single into a double with her legs, it is Alyssa Harvey. Probably not the person you want to put aboard to start an inning with her speed. 19 of 22 in the stolen base category this season. And Dara's going to go talk with her right-hander in Bradley. Again, one of those games where we're scoreless through 3.5. And with the way the pitchers have looked so far, you know 1 run may be all you need here in this game. And that's the pressure of a conference tournament as well. 3-0 on Alyssa Harvey, freshman from Woodland Junior Senior High School. Takes a called strike as the count evens up at 3-1. 328 at the plate this season. 20 runs driven in her first year with Indiana Tech. 3-1. Harvey got underneath this one, popped it up to short, and it is McGann who's under it for the first out of the 4th. And 1 down for Haley Pruitt. Just looking for a little spark offensively is what both coaches are saying right now. Somebody will provide that spark. Who's it going to be, though, in a game like this? Start to feel the pressure as the game creeps into the later stages, and we're at that point. 5th inning just around the corner. It gets a little bit more intense. Double elimination here in pod play. But somebody's day will be done today. Called strike to Pruitt makes it 0-2. Whoever loses our 3rd game today will be out. Their season will come to a close on a Friday afternoon in late April. Set up in the left-handed batter's box. That's where the pitch went. Too far away to Pruitt. 1-2. Carly Walter due up next. Downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pruitt. Coach Zimney clapping down the third baseline. Hoping somebody can find extra bases for her team here in the 4th. 3 spot in the order, 2-2 from Bradley. Went up in the zone, and Pruitt has worked her way back into a full count. Bradley checks the wristband, and here's the 3-2. Pruitt in the air, left center field on the run. It's the center fielder Smith who calls off Mitchell, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. And it's Carly Walter batting with nobody aboard and 2 down. Our second game scheduled for a noon start time between Michigan Dearborn and Lawrence Tech. 30 minutes after this one concludes. First pitch low and outside, ball 1 to Walter. Popped out to second in the second, 0 for 1 on the day. Although this is truly the 3rd time she has seen Bradley. She was at the plate when Masick was thrown out to end the 1st. There is a situation where you're Indiana Tech and you want one batter to get an extra look. It is Carly Walter. Give her a chance to time something up. On the outside corner, a called strike makes it 1-2. Bradley has been spectacular here today for Lourdes. They try to pull an upset in the opening round of pool play. Pod play in the air, deep center field. Walter drives it all the way back and gone. Solo home run for Carly Walter. She just got enough to drive this one out. Her 9th home run of the season. And Indiana Tech grabs a 1-0 lead here in the 4th. Solo home run for Carly Walter. Wasn't sure that one was going to get out. Got up high in the air. And Smith backtracking. And this one just gets beyond the fence for Walter's 9th home run of the season, leading Indiana Tech in that category. And now a mound visit for Lourdes off the Walter home run. And we just were talking about it. In a game like this, Savannah Bravo in the circle, 1 run may be all you need if you're Indiana Tech. Obviously looking for more, but that is a huge run here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the way that Bravo has been pitching here today. Just the 2nd hit of the game for Tech. Carly Walter delivers the run. 2 down, bottom of the 4th for Kirsten Delaney.
Number 18, Kirsten Delaney.
So Bradley after the mound visit. First pitch to Delaney, and this one is going to find its way to the top of the seats. 0-1. Right off the top rung on the bleachers. Oh, 1 count. Called a strike to Delaney. Now 0-2. 2 down, bottom of the 4th. 1-0 lead for Indiana Tech. Delaney chokes up on the bat. The 0-2. High and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good crowd on hand. Obviously, a couple of Lawrence Tech and Michigan Dearborn fans already in the crowd as well as they get ready for their game coming up. One and two on Delaney. On the line to third and just got over the glove of Rumpf at third base. Delaney with a 2-out hit. Back-to-back 2-out hits for Indiana Tech. Runner aboard at first. And Avery Kidwell, the shortstop, hitting as Indiana Tech had no hits through the first 2 innings. Picked up a hit in the third and now back-to-back hits in the fourth. Maybe starting to find something offensively. First pitch to Kidwell. Snap throw back to first to check on Delaney. It is a 1-0 count. Mel Cabrera on deck. Her bat has been on fire lately for Indiana Tech. Two balls and no strikes to Kidwell. Grounded out to third to end the second inning. The first 6 batters of the game for Indiana Tech went down as Kidwell's a little bit out in front of the 2-0 offering. 2 balls and 1 strike. There is a right-hander up and throwing in the Lourdes bullpen. Cassie Keeper getting loose. Kidwell pops this one on top of the press box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of inning number 4, Indiana Tech taking the lead here in the 4th inning. Solo home run from Carly Walter. Strike 3 as Bradley pulls the string and gets the final out of the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Indiana Tech with a 1-0 lead off this solo home run for Carly Walter. Warriors grab the advantage, and we head to the top of the 5th. SummitCitySports.com.
As an adult going back to school, there's a lot to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week. Finding time to get a degree was challenging. The flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech made it possible. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
Top of the 5th, 1-0 Indiana Tech with the lead over Lourdes. SummitCitySports.com, 9-1-2 in the batting order for the Gray Wolves. We got a pinch hitter to begin the 5th inning for Lourdes. See if we can find the number on the back of her jersey. This is Carly Connard, who will bat in place of Robin Ryan. So Connard, 154 at the plate this year. On a line to third, Carly Walter makes a nice snag over at third base. 1 down at the top of the 5th. A well-hit ball towards the line, but Walter was there ready for it. Back to the top of the order for the Gray Wolves. Leadoff spot with Jessica Smith. Double elimination here in pod play at Indiana Tech. Winner of the two pods will meet May 1st through the 3rd to determine their postseason champion in the conference. Bravo just missing the zone on back-to-back pitches. 2-0 count to Smith. 1 for 2 on the day. A single in the 3rd, struck out swinging in the 1st. Fouls this one back off the netting to make it 2-1. Smith and then McGann. Just missing on that 2-1 offering from Bravo. 3 balls and 1 strike. All 3 balls in this at-bat have been good takes from Smith. Lefty gets ready. 3-1 from the righty. Bravo in the air to left field. Fox ranging back, and she's able to get underneath it for out number 2. One down, or 2 down now in the 5th after the line out to 3rd and the fly out to left. Lindsey McGann with nobody on and 2 down. Sacrifice bunt her last time up. Swings and misses at the first offering from Bravo, 0-1. Starting to get late in this first game. Top of the 5th inning. McGann foul down the first base side to make it 0-2. Don't forget, 2 more games coming up today. Michigan Dearborn against Lawrence Tech next. 1-2 count on McGann. Wind blowing towards center field. 1-2 pitch is lifted towards right center field. Long run for Alyssa Harvey, but she makes her way into the gap. Squeezes the glove on out number 3, and Lourdes down in order in the top of the 5th. It's a 1-0 Indiana Tech lead as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. SummitCitySports.com. Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference tournament action continues after this break.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
For athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com.
Bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Indiana Tech leading Lourdes here in college softball, the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Mel Cabrera, Alyssa Fox, Kaylee Kugler scheduled to hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cabrera picked up the first hit of the game for Indiana Tech offensively back in the 3rd inning. Warriors get the solo home run from Carly Walter in the 4th. That stands as the lone run on the board in this game. Cabrera, first pitch swinging, popped up, shortstop McGann goes behind the circle, and she makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the left fielder, Alyssa Fox, with one down. First pitch from Bradley, missing to the left fielder, Fox. 313 at the dish this season, 8 runs driven in, 7 walks, just 2 strikeouts for Alyssa Fox on the year. And she's ahead now, 2 balls and no strikes against Bradley. Inside corner, gets the called strike on 2-0 to make it 2-1. Fox with a sacrifice bunt in her first plate appearance of the day. 2-1, back into center field. Alyssa Fox with a 1-out single as this one just went past the glove of Bradley. 4th hit for Indiana Tech. Runner aboard at first, and looking for some more runs here in the 5th inning are the Warriors.
Now batting number 4, Kaylee Kugler.
9-spot Kaylee Kugler. Kugler turned to bunt, pulled it back. Ball 1 to the second baseman. Fox over at first, 4 for 5 in stolen bases this year. She wears that big knee brace on the left leg. (1-0) bunt down the first base line. Kugler will be out at first as they go 3-4 off the sacrifice. Leggins to Ryan. 2 down, back to the top of the order for Indiana Tech. Morgan Masick with a runner in scoring position.
Now batting number 17, Morgan Masick.
First pitch, called strike to Masick, 0-1. Walked in the first, flew out to left in the third, 0 for 1 today. On the ground to second, off a hop, Ryan throws to Leggins at first, and Indiana Tech leaves a runner aboard in scoring position in the 5th, but the Warriors still hold a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the 6th inning. 4 hits for both teams, just 1 run on the scoreboard. Great pitchers duel going on here in Fort Wayne.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
First game of 3 scheduled today here in this pod at Indiana Tech Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament in softball. Number 3 Lourdes Tech will face number 6 Michigan Dearborn next. The loser of that game will play the loser of this one in our final game of day number 1, game 3 of the tournament. Leggins, Hickman, Mitchell, 3, 4, and 5 scheduled to hit for Lourdes in the top of the 6th inning. Here against Savannah Bravo, who has recorded 6 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. Puts her over 160 Ks on the year. She missed just off the plate. 2-0 count to Leggins. Flew out to right, struck out swinging, 0 for 2 on the day in the 3-hole. Off the netting, fouled away. 3, 4, 5 in the order, just 1 for 6 with 3 strikeouts against Bravo today. On the ground, backhanded play by Kugler, throw to first. Great work defensively by the Indiana Tech infield. Pruitt keeps it in the glove, and the ground out to Kugler for out number 1 of the 6th. And that brings up Hickman with 1 down and nobody on. 1-0 lead for Indiana Tech. Fouled away on the first base side by Hickman, 0-1. "21 starts this year, Bravo with 13 complete games. Bravo just missing as the count goes to 1-1. One of the best pitchers that has ever come through this Indiana Tech program, Savannah Bravo, trying to lead her team into the winner's bracket. This is on the ground to short. Kidwell to first. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. Now the left fielder, Skylar Mitchell, with 2 away and nobody on. Just a 1-run game, though, here in the 6th inning, as Mitchell takes a first pitch strike from Bravo, 0-1. "13 complete games for Bravo. 6 of them have been shutouts." This is popped up out of play down the third base side. Makes it 0-2. Last hit came from Olivia Rumpf in the 4th. This would be 9 batters in a row put down by Bravo if she can get the out from Mitchell here. 0-2 count, 2 down, top of the 6th. Bravo. And Mitchell fouls it away, stays alive at 0-2. Mitchell has struck out twice today, went down looking in the 2nd, swinging in the 4th. This would be the 8th batter in a row retired by Bravo if she gets the out. Mitchell into left, Fox coming on and makes the catch to end the top of the 6th. Indiana Tech just needs 3 outs defensively to win this game, but they're looking for some insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th when we return to Fort Wayne. Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament underway.
For athletes of all sports, PSM's EDGE training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Indiana Tech. Warriors with a solo home run in the 4th, courtesy of Carly Walter. That is the lone run on the board in this game, and the difference right now between Lourdes having to play again today versus Indiana Tech having to play again today. Somebody's getting the rest of the day off. Somebody will be back here at to face off against the loser of the Lawrence Tech and Michigan Dearborn game. So a lot still to be determined here today. It's the 2 spot in the order, and a pinch hitter for Indiana Tech, May Graffour, replacing Alyssa Harvey. Graffour, 286 batting average this year. She's playing in her 35th game of the season, has only made 12 starts. Primarily, Graffour has been one of the first options off the bench to pinch hit for Indiana Tech. Takes the first pitch fastball up in the zone, ball 1. Bradley, 5 innings, 1 run. It is earned, 4 total hits given up in this game. Graffour on a line to third. Nice play over there by Romph as she goes full extension to bring that ball in. We've had a couple of web gems here today at the hot corner on both sides. 1 down, and another pinch hitter coming to bat for Indiana Tech. This is Allison Davis. Junior from Lawrenceburg will step in and hit in place of Haley Pruitt.
Number 6, Allison Davis.
So Davis digs in. First pitch too far up the ladder, ball 1. Davis batting in place of Pruitt, who was 0 for 2 at this point. But again, just 4 total hits for both teams against the 2 starting pitchers. Bradley 1-0 fires it into the zone and evens things up at 1-1. Carly Walter hits next. On the ground, left side of the infield, Romph busy inning already across the diamond to first. There are 2 down in the 6th, and again, Indiana Tech just looking for an insurance run right here, only up 1-0. Could it come from Carly Walter again? It'll be Romph, Aller, and Dara. 6, 7, and 8 coming to bat for Lourdes in the 7th. Bradley, first pitch. And Walter takes ball 1. All 4 hits for Indiana Tech have come over the course of the last 3 innings offensively. And Walter jumps ahead 2-0. Provided enough power to get it over the wall in center field in her last at-bat. And she's ahead. 3 balls and no strikes now. And time called. We'll take you back to that solo home run for Walter. Just carrying beyond the fence in center field. Your Indiana Tech replay during this conversation on the rubber. Bradley 5 2/3 of nearly perfect pitching, but Savannah Bravo has been essentially perfect on the other side. 3-0. Up high, ball 4, and Carly Walter reaches on a 4-pitch walk. The catcher, Kirsten Delaney, hitting with a runner at first and 2 down. Trying to find a gap in the outfield to score Walter and make this at least a 2-run game going into the 7th. Michigan Dearborn Lawrence Tech is up next. Loser of this game will play the loser of that one in our final game of day number 1. Delaney, first pitch swinging in the air to left. Mitchell ranging back. She's underneath it to make the catch. And we will head to the top of the 7th inning. A one-run ball game, 1-0 in fact. Indiana Tech in front. Savannah Bravo will try to complete this game and pitch her 7th shutout of the season when we return to Fort Wayne.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
SummitCitySports.com, 1-0 Indiana Tech with a lead on Lourdes at the top of the 7th inning. We do have a car alarm that is going off out in center field. So if you're by chance tuned into your stream on the video side of things and your car alarm or your car is sitting out in center field, your alarm is going off. And I really appreciate it if you turn it off so we can continue here in the 7th inning. As it is 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Olivia Romph, Ava Aller, and Maddie Dara coming to bat. And we'll see as the music goes quiet if you realize that car alarm has been stopped. All right, we're good to go. Maybe just couldn't hear it over the music as Savannah Bravo misses on a first pitch outside, ball 1. Romph, Aller, Dara batting in the 7th. First game of this pod. Romph has been on base twice today against Bravo. A walk and a single. A little bit out in front of this 2-0 offering. It's now 2-1 between Bravo and Romph. Aller, Dara, the scheduled hitters, 6, 7, and 8 in the order. We'll see if there's potential change in the order. A pinch hitter for the Gray Wolves in this 7th inning. Romph takes it high and tight, turns away from it. 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff hitter in the 7th for Lourdes. Bravo 3-1, just outside of us here in the press box, 3-2. It's a full count on Romph. 3-2. Ooh, and we may have catcher interference here on this swing from Romph. She hit the hand of Delaney, it looked like, and the umpires may get together to discuss this, but this should be catcher's interference here. And Delaney down in some pain. We will see what this call is on the 3-2 pitch, but your immediate reaction there is that was a piece of the bat that probably hit the hand of Delaney and is why she's in pain, and unfortunately that would be catcher's interference against Indiana Tech in this situation. So we will see what the umpires decide as we pause for an injury timeout here in the 7th with the catcher Delaney down and Romph heading to first base off the interference.
As an adult going back to school, there's a lot to factor in. I have a family, I was working 60 hours a week. Finding time to get a degree was challenging. The flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech made it possible. I'd tell anyone looking to further their education to look into Indiana Tech.
Getting a degree is about timing and what's important to you. For me, it was after I was married with 2 kids. It was a busy time, but the flexibility of online classes at Indiana Tech worked for my life. Indiana Tech was everything I needed it to be, right when I needed it.
So Kirsten Delaney is coming out of the game for Indiana Tech. Rhiannon McKay will come in and will catch now for the Warriors. It is catcher's interference that will allow Romph to reach first base. That swing just got part of the hand, it looked like, of Delaney as she was sticking out to try and catch it. And because of that, Delaney has been pulled out of this game, and McKay will come in to catch in place of Delaney as Indiana Tech tries to finish this first game off. It's 1-0 Warriors in the top of the 7th. Catcher's interference allowing Romph to reach first. And now the 7th spot in the order with Ava Aller, the right fielder. 1 for 2 today. And Rhiannon McKay will have to step in and catch in this spot for Indiana Tech. Nobody down, top of the 7th. Savannah Bravo back to action. And first pitch just outside, ball 1 to Aller. Aller 1 for 2, popped out the last time she was up. It's really been this spot in the order that's been some problems today. Romph and Aller have had the best day at the plate offensively for Lourdes. Bravo 1-1, stayed too low. 2 balls and a strike to Aller. One nothing Indiana Tech leads in the 7th. Wave and a miss by the right fielder. This count evens up at 2-2. Beautiful day for softball at the moment. 2-2 on the ground to short. Go to second for 1. That is the only place they'll get the out, but the fielder's choice cuts down the lead runner. 1 down in the top of the 7th inning. Runner aboard at first. Maddie Dara scheduled to hit. It's Dara coming to the plate, but we may see a pinch runner for Lourdes. And it is pinch runner coming in for the Gray Wolves. Riley Mercer running at first base, replacing Aller. And we'll see if they put her in motion or where we stand with 1 down in the 7th. How aggressive you want to be with a new catcher in the game for Indiana Tech. First pitch swinging, well struck towards center field. Harvey going back, reaches up and pulled it in. Tough play out in center field as Harvey was backtracking, stuck the glove up in the air, was able to bring it down, and there are now 2 down in the 7th. That ball nearly got over Harvey's head. Could have potentially scored a run for Lourdes. Sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time, and that glove found the softball, and Harvey able to hold on. 2 away, and another pinch hitter for Lourdes, Lauren Schuler, replacing Ryan. So Schuler will bat with 2 down in the 7th. Lourdes down to its final out, but they've got the game-tying run aboard at first. Go-ahead run at the plate. Bravo looking for her 7th shutout of the season. First pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 9 spot in the order, top of the order lurking for Lourdes here in the 7th. Bravo, the 0-1. Too far outside, count evens to 1 ball and 1 strike. Loser of this one will play in our final game of the day around 2 p.m. One, and Bravo now a strike away from the complete game. Would be her 14th complete game of the season. Looking for her 7th shutout and 20th win of the year. 1-0 Indiana Tech. Schuler waits. 1-2. Bravo. And Schuler fouls it back, stays alive, and keeps Lourdes' chances alive here in the 7th inning. We will be on a different stream link for the second game today between Lawrence Tech and Michigan Dearborn, and then our final game as well, all on YouTube during this conference tournament. 1-2, up high, McKay throw to second, and stolen base for Mercer. Runner into scoring position and a 2-2 count on Schuler. Two. Bravo gets the strikeout, finishes off the complete game, and it is her 7th shutout win of the season. Indiana Tech defeats Lourdes. 1-0 is your final score in our first game of the day. Indiana Tech moves on in the conference tournament. They will play tomorrow at 1 p.m. is our scheduled start time as of now. We will see. Hopefully weather is going to behave. And that will conclude things in our first game today. So with the win, Indiana Tech moves on to play tomorrow at 1 p.m. The loss will put Lourdes into the loser's bracket, and the Gray Wolves will now take on the loser of our next game between number 3 Lawrence Tech and number 6 Michigan Dearborn. That game coming up a little bit later than noon for our scheduled start time. As we go through the final box score for Lourdes offensively, no runs on 4 total hits. The Gray Wolves leaving 6 runners on base in this game. They did not commit an error defensively. Indiana Tech with 1 run on 4 hits. The solo home run for Carly Walter proved to be enough. 4 runners left on base for Indiana Tech and no errors defensively. We'll have your Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Awards ceremony coming up momentarily. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with that awards ceremony. Then we'll close off this stream and get ready for game number 2. That's coming up just a moment. SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
One to nothing, Indiana Tech victorious over Lourdes, and we've got your Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference awards ceremony coming up here momentarily. We'll turn it over to our public address announcer once the awards ceremony gets underway. 1-0, your final score in this first game today as Indiana Tech defeats Lourdes behind a terrific performance from Savannah Bravo in the circle. Again, we'll turn it over to our public address announcer as we get ready for the awards ceremony here in the conference. And this pod with Indiana Tech, Lourdes, Michigan Dearborn, and Lawrence Tech. Again, our second game today will be between Michigan Dearborn and Lourdes. Dearborn, the road team, wear their white jerseys. Lawrence Tech wearing their black and blue uniforms today. So we'll turn it over to our public address announcer and have our awards ceremony here in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Obviously, with the two different locations, it'll be a little bit of a briefer awards ceremony than we see at some other locations in the postseason. Indiana Tech moving on to tomorrow. The Warriors will face the winner of this second game, scheduled for a 1 p.m. start time tomorrow afternoon. Loser of this next game will face Lourdes in our final game of the day. Let's get ready for the awards ceremony.
Please join us as we honor our student athletes in the conference for their excellence on and off the field. Help us welcome WHAC Commissioner Eric Ward, who will be presenting the awards today. The Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference has a strong tradition of academic as well as athletic achievement. It is because of this commitment that we honor the following student athletes as the 2026 WHAC Softball All-Academic Team for maintaining a cumulative GPA of 3.25 or above. All members of this team must be at least a sophomore in academic standing and have at least attended their institution for 1 full year. Will the following honorees please come forward when your name is called? From Lawrence Tech, Sarah Baskett, Ashlyn Bloomfield, Alyssa Bloomfield, Kirsten Chong, Ainsley Coleman, Brenna Crittenden, Sarah Essenmacher, Brianna Hayes, Jacqueline LeBlanc, Zoe Markey, Sydney Mayer, Delaney Monroe, and Casey Snyder. From Lourdes, Lindsay McGann, Robin Ryan, Maddie Dara, Taylor Leggins, Lauren Schuler, Ava Aller, Olivia Hickman, Liv Husser, Jessica Smith, Skylar Mitchell, Carly Connor, and Riley Mercer. For Michigan Dearborn, Betty Adams, Katrina Caldwell, Catherine Pastori, Elizabeth Petrella, Mackenzie Shelton, Emerson Bickle, Anya Yolik, and Kendall Gerhardt. And from Indiana Tech, Mackenzie Arroyo, Lily Behringer, Carly Basham, Victoria Boyer, Savannah Bravo, Aaron Klosser, Allison Davis, Kirsten Delaney, Isla Farrell, Alyssa Fox, Trisha Hogus, Casey Kirkpatrick, Kaylee Kugler, Jessica Leonard, Haley Pruitt, and Mallory Stinson. The WHAC is also focused on service to our communities and developing life skills through character-driven athletics. One player from each team is selected by their coach to be part of the 2026 WHAC Softball Champions of Character team. These members best represent the 5 core values of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. From Lawrence Tech, Jackie LeBlanc. From Lourdes, Abby Sparks. From Michigan Dearborn, Clay Muhlbrand. And from Indiana Tech, Allison Davis. Next, we would like to recognize those members present on the all-defensive team as voted on by the WHAC head coaches. From Michigan Dearborn, first baseman Kendall Gerhardt. And from Indiana Tech, third baseman Haley Pruitt. Next, we would like to recognize those members present on the second team all-conference as voted by the WHAC head coaches. From Lawrence Tech, Natalie Pridemore. Brenna Crittenden. And Zoe Markey. From Michigan Dearborn, Kendall Gerhardt. Ava Kraft. Braylon Gruder. And Megan Bohm. And from Indiana Tech, Alyssa Harvey. Haley Kugler. Kirsten Delaney. And Alyssa Fox. we would like to recognize the players present for the first team all-conference. From Lawrence Tech, Alyssa Bloomfield. Sarah Basket. And Delaney Monroe. And from Indiana Tech, Savannah Bravo. Carly Walter. And Morgan Masick. And finally, we would like to honor the WHAC Newcomer of the Year from Indiana Tech, Morgan Masick. Please give one more round of applause to all of our competitors today. Thank you and good luck.